world is hot on its heels, started feeling the heat of this global pandemic. On one hand, countries are scampering to rescue humankind from terrifying effects of COVID-19. On the other hand, an uphill task of preventing an economic collapse. We all know money is an essential commodity to run our daily lives, and this money plays a vital role in maintaining a global economy. Today, share markets lead the way into global economy, powering millions of businesses. As a result, it turns out to be an excellent economic indicator of the countries across the world. But due to this lockdown, many countries' economy are slowly shaving off. But few countries are using this lockdown opportunity to increase their investment capital in the world's economy. Hello quarantine people, welcome back to Biodata. Today we love to share a chunk of information about share market and how countries across the world are trying to stop China's greedy investment plan at this pathetic situation. So before getting started, if you find this is informative, please do subscribe to our channel for more such cool videos. First, let's start with the share market. Share market is nothing but where the buying and selling of share happens. Share represents a unit of ownership of the company from which you have bought. Before Industrial Revolution, people had businesses which are small and self-made. But during Industrial Revolution, demands for various products started to rise and many wants to increase their production. So they started an investment by selling a portion of their company to other companies or to some people. This is considered as the early stages of the share market. Later, many started this trend and now we see share market as the biggest global exchanges. So, if you have a smaller startup, banks don't lend money. Even if they do, interest will be high but with a minimal risk. Whereas in share markets, you can build your company by selling your company shares to big companies, like what Flipkart did in India. And shares work like this. For example, if you want to start a company that makes toys for kids, for making toys, you need to build a factory first and have to buy a sewing machine, fabric thread and other materials. Then you need to hire workers and other pre and post production. So for all this, you need a money, which are called as investment capital. For instance, if your idea worth 2 million but you doesn't have the enough money to start, then you will sell your idea by dividing them into multiple pieces. And these pieces are called as shares. So if someone or a company tries to buy a piece of your idea, they own a piece of your company, and that's how you share your company. By buying shares, they pay you in prior and in return you have to pay them with profits. Many smaller companies will not go for a public share, but larger ones like Apple, Google sell their shares to public people by breaking their shares into small percentages. But being an investor, you should accept both the loss and profit of the company. During lockdown, since there won't be a production, companies will face huge loss. Adding to the losses, the spread of the virus will trigger panic towards the investors. In such situations, most of the investors will tend to sell their shares at very low cost from the invested amount. For example, if you bought a share for 10 bucks, they will be even ready to sell it for 8 bucks. Using the situation, many greedy investors will buy the share at very low prices, and in long run, when companies turns normal, the progress may even make double the amount which they bought at low cost. As countries like China started grabbing this opportunity to put a loophole in the world market by buying distressed assets. This act was clearly noticed by the Indian government when People's Bank of China raised its stake from 0.8% to 1.01% within a year in HDFC Bank, which is India's largest private bank sector. In response to that, Indian government has taken steps by revising FDI policy or foreign direct investment policy. Previously in India, FDI was allowed under two modes. One is automatic, where companies don't need to get government approval, and other is only via government. But now under revised FDI policies, any countries that share a border with India, which includes China, Nepal, Pakistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Afghanistan, will have to approach the government for any investments in India instead of taking the automated route. As a result, newly emerged FDI policy will reduce impact on economic growth by preventing maximum shareholders from other countries who are getting benefited because of India, which in turn will save the Indian economy. World's most preferred social media app like TikTok belongs to Chinese company. This company also holds healthy amount of shares in Indian startup companies. Though the maximum users are Indians, but Chinese companies are benefited. This helps the rise of China's economic growth because of the taxes that Chinese companies pay. Like India, many other countries like Australia and Germany also tightened their FDI policy to protect their homeland companies. Speaking about production, on one side, governments are trying to prevent economical damages. On the other side, healthcare workers are losing their lives by saving us. But by wearing proper personal protective devices will save them. This is another data need to be discussed in biodata. Until then, stay tuned and stay safe. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. So please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon. See you all soon.